What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 back again here on the DFS Quarry channel on YouTube. About to break down the 6-game main slate for Wednesday, January 23rd, 2019. This will be the last show until next week after All-Star game, after All-Star break. And even then, I'm not sure what we're going to do because next week here, a lot of the slates I looked ahead are, some 2-gamers, some 3-gamers. So maybe the 3-gamers will jump on and do something with that. But as far as the 2-gamers, I don't pay to do anything there. So won't do nothing for those days. Just be maybe the 3-gamers. We'll see how it goes here. No Jared tonight. I guess he went to the movies. Not even sure what he went to see. So, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please click on that red subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel here. We put out a lot of videos. Try to do daily video breakdown videos for NHL. We kind of stick to the DraftKings side of it, but we do talk about FanDuel. We have people who play FanDuel and DraftKings, so I sometimes dabble with Yahoo once in a while. Draft occasionally. Not too much for hockey, though. Use those other apps for the other DFS sports. So, with that being said, if you're interested in jumping in the Slack channel, I need your email address. So let that in the comments below or hit me up at DFS Quarry over on the Twitter machine. Just send me a private message. Hey, Joe, can I be part of the Slack? Give me your email, send the invite out, get everything squared away that way, and jump into Slack. They're in there all day. People talking, bullshitting, throwing out picks, lineups, all that fun shit. So if you're interested, just at some point, give me your email address. With all that being said, let's go ahead. We'll dive right into it. Since I'm by myself, I will be using the screen share tonight. I don't know if you guys like that or not, but it's just a lot easier than you guys having to stare at my ugly mug the entire time. You can just listen to me spew the shit out my mouth. So, first game up on the slate we're going to dive into here is the Arizona Coyotes heading into Montreal, take on the Montreal Canadiens. Canadiens are going to be a -160 home favorite here, over-under of 6 in this game. Arizona is going to be on a back-to-back here, so we should see Aiden Hill in the net. Kemper started tonight, won the game. It just finished up against Ottawa there in Ottawa. And we should see Carey Price in the net here for Montreal. I'm not sure if I want to go back to Arizona here. I'll stay away from Aiden Hill. And a lot of the stats you were looking at here now on Daily Faceoff, they're not going to be updated with tonight's game. Hinestroza, I believe, scored 2 tonight. And I'm not sure who got the third. But if you want to play anyone, might have been Steppen, actually. Hinestroza, Steppen, Panic off that top line. They're okay plays. I don't mind that. Clayton Keller, I don't mind him off the second line. Just keep him by himself off that second line. And maybe some Galchenyuk with Connor Garland off the third line is fine. Ekman Larson left today in the middle of the second period, or in the second period, I think I read. So we won't have him, probably not have him anyway, not with this being the last game before break. So not sure who's going to jump up there and play that power play time and whatnot for him. So I'll take a wait-and-see approach, see if I can't read something on that tomorrow before lineup lock. Maybe take a chance. We'll see what happens there. But Jarmelson at 3,200. He's okay. Not necessarily targeting him. Jacob Chitrin at 4,700 with 16 shots. That's interesting for tournament play. Goligoski, he's a block machine at 4,400. But I think my guy will be Osterley here at 4,500. I'll take a shot there. So maybe it'll be Osterley up on that power play. He's on the second power play unit, but we could see him up there on the top unit in place of Ekman Larson, which I wouldn't mind that at all. And as far as Aiden Hill, I'll avoid Aiden Hill here on the back-to-back. I kind of like Montreal in this game, and I do like Carey Price in this game if we do see Carey Price. I think you could definitely consider him at home here against Arizona. Arizona's shooting enough shots. Carey Price is playing well enough that he could probably stand on his head here. And, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Carey Price only gave up 1 goal in this game. As far as forwards go, man, this is Cole's territory here with the Habs. Maybe Brendan Gallagher. I don't mind that at 5,900. Then it's cheap enough at 4,400. Druin as well is cheap enough at 4,900. So Gallagher and Druin is pretty good play there. Max Domi with Tatar. Turi Lehkonen on that second line is kind of interesting as well. Kotkaniemi centering up that third line at 3,500 with Armia at 4,300. There's plays here. I do like it. Interest, I guess, for me is really concentrating on the second line here with Tatar and Domi. But I don't want to. Let me roll down here. A top power play unit with Lehkonen, Gallagher, Armia, Shea Weber, Jonathan Drouin. So, I wouldn't mind a 3-man stack like that. Maybe go Gallagher, Drouin, and Lehkonen. Yeah. I really like Tatar and Domi here, though, I think. Shea Weber, obviously, at 5,500. He's a great play. I wouldn't mind that at all. Victor Mete at 2,600 is a good play. Jeff Petrie, I mean, he's cooled off a little bit there. Jordy Bennett, 3,300. There's plays here. For me, it's the Tatar and Domi and Lehkonen. Montreal's in a good spot. I like Montreal to win this game. Maybe 3-1 fashion for Montreal. Next game up. Washington Capitals. Or like we have seen in the Slack channel lately, the Washington Crapitals, they're calling them. Man, they had a lead today, did they not? Just give it up? What a shame. They were up by 2 goals at one point in this game, and San Jose comes storming back, which is, not necessarily shocking. I mean, San Jose is well enough offensively to do what they did, and they did come back to win the game. San Jose did 7-6. So there was goals here. I mean, 13 goals in the game tonight between Washington and San Jose. Do we go right back to the well here? Do we go back to Ovechkin? He looked for his price to climb. He did have a hat trick today. Actually, it looks like this is already updated for them, possibly. So whatever. I mean, Ovechkin, Backstrom, Oshie, they're in play. I don't want no Kunets off that second line. I'll avoid him yet. I'll avoid Wilson. I'll avoid Verona. Just a top line for me. Maybe a one-off of Burakovsky. But the way they were talking, possible trade rumors with him at 2,600. So whatever. I think it's still the top line with Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Oshie. Defensively, John Carlson, 6,600. He's expensive, but if you're going to pay up for a defenseman, why not him? Michael Kempney at 4K. Niskanen, 4,200. Orlov at 3,500. They're all fine. But if I'm going to play these guys, it'll be a top line. Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Oshie. Not sure I'm going to play these guys. I don't want no Copley, as who we'll probably see here. Toronto is a -140 home favorite. We do have an over-under of 6.5 in this game. I don't want no Anderson here just in case it goes off. Washington's able to go back at it again. But in the same token, Anderson is a GPP play. Could be a good spot for him. He's going to see the shot, certainly, if he can stand on his head and shut him down. I don't know. This is a curious one for me. I'm not sure. Man, I don't know. Washington really scares me. I mean, I know they put up goals today, guys, but they've not been doing that They got hot today. They put up 6 goals and they still lose. It's interesting all the way around, but man, I don't know, because Toronto's not playing well either. Is this the day that Toronto gets right and puts up some goals? Could we see Washington go back and put up the goals? 6.5, man. I'll stay on this game unless this over-under comes down tomorrow. If this over-under drops from 6.5 to 6, I think that's sign enough for me to stay away. But, like I said, top line for Washington with John Carlson, obviously Michael Kempney, he's in play. No goalie, like Copley or Holtby. Toronto side, Tavares and Kapanen, new lines, guys. I seen they did this. I heard them talking about it today. They bumped down Marner with Matthews, put him with Matthews to try to get Matthews going here, which they really need him to get going here. Toronto needs to start putting some goals on the board here. So top line, if you want to run Tavares and Kapanen, it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure how many people do that. I think more ownership is going to go to this second line, the 3M line or the big M line. I forget what they're calling this shit here, because Calgary does also have a 3M line. So Marleau, Matthews, and Marner, that's kind of interesting. Marleau is just cheap enough that he could make that stack possible. Kadri with Nylander, I don't know what is going on with Nylander, man. More and more days go by, the worse it looks. Signing him to that big $6.9 million a year contract. He's got to get it going here, you would think, at some point in time. So I'm going to stick with Tavares and Kapanen, maybe some Marleau, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, Nazem Kadri off that third line. If you want to do Kadri, go ahead and take a chance and run Nylander with him. Maybe he gets lucky here and you hit that goal that we're all waiting on from Nylander. It could happen. Defensively, Morgan Riley at 58 is a little pricey, but on the power play, I mean, he could provide some points here. Ron Hainsey, no. Maybe at 3,200. Man, Hainsey's in play at 3,200, I guess. Travis Dermott, 2,800. He's in play as well. Nikita Zaitsev at 3,200. We should get Jake Gardner back in here tomorrow somewhere. I would have to assume he would be back, so we'll pay attention to that too. Because he was just out for one game, I believe. So he'll be 4,600. That's kind of expensive. I might take a shot on Freddie Anderson here. I do like Morgan Riley, I guess, the best with the power play time. Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Kadri, Marleau, Nylander. There's some good plays on Toronto here. I think you load up either side you think is going to script this out. You think Washington's going to come in here and score 5 goals, play 4 or 5 Washington guys. If you think Toronto's going to come in here and score 4, 5, 6 goals, play 4 or 5 of the Toronto guys, man. Load it up. GPP stack this game all the way around. If you want to go game stack, go ahead and figure it out. Wouldn't mind a game stack on it, but I think you got to script this one, stick with it, and go with it. I'd build more than one lineup tomorrow if you're going to load up on either one of these two teams, though. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Wild coming off a big win in Vegas against the Golden Knights. Minnesota is going to head into Colorado now to Denver, take on the Colorado Avalanche. Avalanche a -130 home favorite, over under 6 in this game. Dubnyk stood on his head, played extremely well against Vegas. Can we see that again here against Colorado? We could. Do I expect it? I don't know. I'm not playing Dubnyk. The man has never won me money. He's only ever cost me money. I should be playing him because he owes me that much, but I'll just avoid it. Varlamov here, no way. I don't want a goalie in this game at all. Over under a 6. I don't, it's going to be right around there. If you want anybody from Minnesota, Stahl on the first line, I don't mind that. Jason Zucker with Koivu, Granlund. That's okay. I like Zach Parise a ton at 6K. I like Zach Parise a ton at 6K. I wouldn't mind just coming over here and one-off and Zach Parise. Ryan Suter at 4,800. That's an okay price for him. I don't ever play Bergeron. If you want to do that at 49, I wouldn't talk you off of it. Greg Patterson at 2,500 just for, a dart throw. That's fine. Brad Hunt just got traded over here, I believe. So at 4,300, we'll see what's up with him. I won't play him here tomorrow. I really like Zach Parise from Minnesota. That's my number one play. Second would be Stahl. Third would be probably Suter, I guess. Colorado side, like I said, no Dubik, man. I can't do it. Colorado, again, I guess we'll talk about them. This team is struggling. Struggling. They're like, what, like 2-7 or some shit like that over the past 9 games. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're really, really struggling here. If you want to go Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen, I mean, the top line is just awesome. They're just so expensive. Soderberg off the second line, 5,600. He took a shot on JT Compher the other day and didn't do shit. We got him at 3,800 on that second line as well. Kerfoot on the third line. With Calvert, maybe. It's really the top line for me, guys. I like Soderberg centering up that second line as a one-off. Maybe Kerfoot off the third line as a one-off at 3,400. Sam Girard, 2,900 defensively is an okay play. Tyson Barrie, 5,300. He's an okay play. You take Zadorov if you want your guy to get in a fight, man, because that cat likes to fight. Big dude too. I hate to recommend Colorado. I really do. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I guess if I'm going to go anywhere, I'm going to go to pairing. Rantanen's been slightly cold, but McKinnon is 8,100. Landeskog at 76. Ah, man. Colorado's in play here, guys. They're just expensive. I don't know if I can get up here and pay this much for these guys. I mean, maybe a Stars and Scrubs type lineup or something if you want to run it like that. But man, they're pricey. I mean, super ridiculous pricey. I can't even script the game out. I mean, this game could really go like 3-2 here, stay under, and not really be too GPP relevant or too DFS relevant. I can't really see it shooting out. Oh, guys, that's the best I can do for you. I mean, McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen, Soderberg, Kerfoot, they're all fine plays. I mean, defensively, again, Sam Girard, Tyson Barrie. I mean, they're okay. They're in play, as is Minnesota. I think I want to avoid the game here at a first look, though. I think you got more coming out of Montreal. I think you got more coming out of Toronto. So I'll avoid Minnesota, Colorado. If I dig into something, I find something I'm really interested in, you'll see it in the Slack. St. Louis Blues heading into Anaheim to take on the Anaheim Ducks. Ducks are going to be a -120 home favorite, 5.5 over under in this game, and both teams are struggling and struggling pretty bad. St. Louis has played better, but they did just lose to the Kings. So O'Reilly, Tarasenko off the top line. Again, with Schwartz and Shen, them guys are doing nothing. Steen is doing, I mean, they're shooting a puck. They're just not putting it in the back of the net. Last time out, I called Oscar Sundqvist for a hot take with a goal. Oscar Sundqvist at a goal. So I like Sundqvist again at 3K. O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Sundqvist. It's my 3 forwards. I don't want no Pietrangelo. I just don't think he's doing jack shit. Parayko, again, I don't think he's doing nothing. So give me a shot on Vince Dunn at 4K, or give me a shot on Bortuzzo at 2,700. I got more interest in both of those. Patrick Maroon is up on the top power play unit with O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Pietrangelo, and Oscar Sundqvist, which is why I really like Sundqvist. Getting that time up there in the top unit with O'Reilly and Tarasenko is just beneficial to him. So I like him, man. O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Sundqvist, and Vince Dunn, I think, for me, and a little bit of Bertuzzo at 4,700. Or at 2,700, excuse me. Jake Allen here. If we get Jake Allen in the net, which I think we should, I'll take a shot on Jake Allen. Jared Allen, man, hate saying that, but it's not like Anaheim's putting the puck in the back of the net here either. Anaheim side, I don't know. I'm leaning Blues here. John Gibson is a great goalie, so if they win this game, it'll be because of John Gibson for Anaheim, and not in spite of him. It'd definitely be because of him. And Anaheim forwards, Raquel and Getzlaf. Getzlaf, man, 5,300 for top line center is okay. Devin Shore up there with them guys at 2,900. I'll take a shot there. Run the whole top line, Raquel, Getzlaf, and Shore. The fast line here, they're speeders. Henrique and Sprong with Nick Ritchie, whatever. Max Jones, Derek Grant, Troy Terry off that third line, no way. Guys, it's one of the top 2 lines. This is like a team of Pittsburgh rejects, man. Whatever. Just Richie, Henrique, Sprong, Raquel, Getzlaf, Devin Shore, forward-wise. No Hampus Lindholm for me as to price. Brandon Montour, 4,200. He's a okay play defensively here. Cam Fowler's a little pricey. Josh Manson at 3K is okay. That's it for me. It would be Manson or Montour. Gibson is in play. I don't know if I'll get to Gibson here. What's his price? Gibson will be 7,500. So I could see myself taking a shot on Gibson here, to be honest with you. At 7,500. As far as plays go, though, I think I'm leaning really towards the top line with Raquel Getzlaf and Devin Shore here. On the other side, it'll be for St. Louis, it would be Tarasenko, Ryan O'Reilly, Oscar Sundqvist, Vince Dunn, something like that. Next game up on the slate, Nashville Predators heading into Vegas, take on the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights will be a -125 home favorite, over-under of 6 in this game. I seen projected Rene and Fleury. So we'll go with that. We'll pay attention to Nashville. I do think it should be Fleury, but we'll pay attention to Nashville's goalie situation. Raiders fan gives us an update. No birthdays in play tomorrow that he can see. That's good to know. Once in a while, we like to jump on that birthday gift. Happened last night. If you were playing Jonathan Quick, turned 33 years old yesterday, and he won. And I think I read something. He's like now the fourth, fifth, sixth, somewhere around there amongst American-born goalies with the most wins. It's like 302 wins Jonathan Quick recorded yesterday. It's pretty impressive. And, of course, we know the backup for Anaheim, Ryan Miller. He is tied for the most American-born goalie wins of all time right now. So hopefully he's able to get back and get that one elusive win to take a sole possession of first for that. That'd be nice. Nashville side here, Philip Forsberg, 6,900. Up there with Colton Sissons, because I believe Ryan Johansson has one more game to sit out for a suspension here. So it should be Forsberg, Colton Sissons, Victor Arvidsson. I believe Cole and I both played Colton Sissons yesterday, and we should have played Yarncroc, but we didn't. We played Sissons, and it did not work out in our favor. However, I think you go right back to the well with Colton Sissons. With Arvidsson and Forsberg up there, they're great plays. Yarncroc with Nick Bonino, Austin Watson, that's a good line as well, man, right there. Extremely cheap as well. They should get enough ice time here to pay off their price. Colin Blackwell, whatever. He did a little bit of stuff there. He's kind of active on the ice. Daily faceoff ain't got no stats up for him, so I'll dig into him a little bit tomorrow, but I don't think I'll go down here with the third line at all, or the fourth line for that matter. I think Nashville's attention will be directed towards the top line, the top two lines, but primarily the top line. These guys are great defensively. You got Yossi, scored a goal. He's back up there. Expensive again at 6,400. PK Subban gets power play time as well at 54. Matthias Ekholm at 56. A little pricey. Ellis got the empty netter, 190-foot empty netter the other day, yesterday's game against Colorado. So at 4,800, you could play him as well. And felt pretty safe about playing Ellis at 4,800, being the cheapest defenseman here for Nashville. I wouldn't mind that at all. And as far as goalies go, they got Yarncroc here. Oh, wait, let me say that. Power play unit, they got Yarncroc listed as centering up that top power play unit. So that's interesting at 3,900. That would give you two-line exposure if you went Forsberg, Arvidsson, and Yarncroc. You get exposure to not just the first line, but also the second line and the power play unit. So it's great correlation all the way around there, especially if you end up with a defenseman with them is in Yossi or Subban. It's not a bad play. And again, 7,300 Pekka Rinne, sure, why not? I mean, Dubnyk stood on his head here and shut down Vegas. Can Rinne do it? Yeah. I mean, he is a past Vezina winner. So he should be able to do it. Will he do it? I'm not certain. I think I'm going to go back to the well here, play a little bit of Vegas. Marshall Salt and Brendan Peary off the top line. If you want to take some Carlson, go ahead. I won't play William Carlson. I'll just run with Marshall Salt and Peary. The second line is awesome with Pacioretty, Paul Stastny, and Alex Took. These guys are great together. I like the second line of Vegas a lot here, guys. A lot. That'll be my play. Pacioretty, Stastny, and Alex Took. No Braden McNabb for me at 31. Nate Schmidt, 44. Too pricey for me as well. Shea Theodore at 45 is better. Closer to what I'm looking to do here. I don't like to pay up for defensemen too much. I do when it's some of the big dogs, Carlson, Burns, John Carlson, Letang, Drew Doughty, something like that. You go up and play them guys that or I like to play a lot of Shea Weber. Wish I could be playing some Clefbaum, but can't be doing that right now. So, Vegas is in play. I really like Shea Theodore defensively, and I like that second line for Vegas here. Pacioretty, Stastny, and Took. Next game up, which is the last game on the slate. Carolina Hurricanes heading into Vancouver to take on the Vancouver Canucks. Canucks will be a -115 home favorite here, over under 6. Carolina on the back-to-back. We should get McElhaney here in this spot, and we should get Jacob Markstrom. I thought Johansson got a 2-game suspension, Raiders. He only missed the Colorado game. What games did he miss? We got to look into that, because I thought he only missed the Colorado game. because he got suspended because of the high stick he gave to Scheifele in the Winnipeg game. Wasn't that their last 2 games, Winnipeg and Colorado? We'll let Raiders dig into that for us here. We'll make sure about that. Also, he missed Carolina and Winnipeg, or Carolina and Colorado. Got ya. All right, so Johansson will be back. Fair enough. Okay, so that completely ruins Sissons. That completely ruins Youngkirk, in my opinion, because Johansson should take his rightful spot back on the top line and the top power play unit then. So, Florida. What? I don't know what Raiders is saying, man. He's got me all screwed up. Nonetheless, man. Now, wait a minute. Now I got to go look. That was 4 days ago. He was suspended. Yeah, he was suspended for Scheifele. Don't say when he'll be back. We'll have to dig into that. But nonetheless, let me not waste no more time. So he is just either way, we got to dig into it. So Carolina here sucks, I think. No, I'm kidding with you, dude. I love Carolina. El Nino Niederreiter, Sebastian Aho, Justin Williams, top line, perfect plays. I like him a lot. I like Michael Furlan, Lucas Walmart, Teuvo Teravainen, coming off that big extension he just got. You know where he came from, man? Teuvo Teravainen, how he ended up in Carolina. Oh, let me just enlighten you. Chicago. How about Chicago? Wouldn't they just love to have Teuvo Teravainen back there right now? Man, they really screwed up that freaking salary cap in Chicago. They gave up a lot of players, man, just to hang on to Kane and Taze. Crazy. Kane is worth it. Taze is not. But nonetheless, top 2 lines for Carolina are awesome. I like both of them. I like the third line with Svechnikov, Martinuk, and Brock McGinn as well. Jared would tell you to take a look at the 4th line, so I'll tell you to do the same. Foegele, McKegg, and Manalainen. Carolina is a great play here. They're still playing tonight, so we'll see what happens in this game. Dougie Hamilton already had an assist tonight. So I like Dougie Hamilton. I like Justin Falk, Jacob Slavin, Calvin DeHaan. I like Carolina a lot here, guys. I don't want no McElhinney against Vancouver because I'm also going to like the Vancouver side here. I like this game for a game stack, so we'll jump over to Vancouver. We'll talk about them. I don't want no Markstrom here as well. Vancouver is back, I think, only because Elias Pettersson is back. When Elias Pettersson is back, this team can score. Brock Besser cannot score without Pettersson. So take a look at that top line. Josh Levo, Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser, Sven Beritic, Bo Horvat, Marcus Granlund off the second line. Okay, fine. But for me, it's the top line. Levo, Pettersson, Besser. If you want to drop down, grab a little bit of Alexander Edler, Chris Tanev. I don't mind either one of those as well. That'd be about it, though, I think, for me. Edler and Tanev. Power play, if you look at that, you got Besser, Pettersson, Sven Beritic, Edler, and Bo Horvat. So if you're going to do a one-off Alexander Edler here, that way you get exposure to both the top line and the second line and the entire top power play unit with one player. So 6,200 Edlers in play for me. That would be it. No Markstrom. So that's it, guys. That's a quick rundown of the quick little 6-game slate we got going on here. I will do the game because if not, Jared get pissed off at me. Real simple for me to throw out my diamond stack. My diamond stack will come from the Vegas game, and it will be Vegas line 2 for my diamond, which is Pacioretty. Whoa. Max Pacioretty, Paul Stastny, Alex Took. My diamond stack. I look for that stack to go off tomorrow. My snowflake stack, which will be my top line stack that is going to snowflake tomorrow. Wow. I tell you what, just out of process of elimination, let me go with Minnesota Wild top line snowflake. So Minnesota line 1 with Greenway, Stahl, and Coyle to snowflake stack. As far as my Boulder Award goes, I'll go away from that Minnesota game because I don't trust Varlamov for a shutout here. Habs will probably like this. Cole, give me some Carey Price for the Boulder Award and a shutout. So, there you go, boys, guys, girls, everybody involved. I like Carey Price for a shutout here. With that being said, that's the slate. It's everything I got for it on a first look basis. I really like Carey Price. I really like Toronto offense. I like the Vegas and Nashville offense. I like Carolina and Vancouver offense. So, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Again, don't forget about the Slack channel. Need your email address for that. So let that in the comments below. Hit me up at DFS Quarry over on the Twitter machine. Just send me a private message. Let me your email. I'll send the invite out to you. Get you in the Slack. Like we've said many times over, everything is free, guys. So it pays to join. Good luck to everyone tomorrow. And again, this is our last show until after the All-Star break. So everyone, enjoy a little bit of break you got off. If you play NBA DFS, maybe you'll see me in there as well. And if you don't, I guess we'll see you next show.